Today, Dan is going to be dabbling in a little aviation. A good friend of mine, Kyle, which you'll be introduced to here in just a moment, invited me to go for an airplane ride. And of course, we're at his hangar. While we're sitting here, there's another one getting ready to start up. And there's the airplane we're going to be flying today. And over here, this is kind of interesting. These are a couple helicopters. And I may have taken a ride on one of these about 8 years ago, but the company HealthNet keeps their helicopters up here, and of course if somebody needs them at a moment's notice, they jump up, start them up, and fly away. So we'll go ahead and talk to Kyle here in a minute. We'll be right back. We're going to go for an airplane ride with a good friend, Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, we've already done a pre-flight, and I'm not going to waste any video time on something like that, but tell me a little bit about your airplane. What's the name?
So it's a 1974 model Cessna Cardinal.
Okay.
177B is the designation for it.
All right.
And so we've had the plane about 7 years now.
Okay.
And a very comfortable plane, very easy to get in and out of. Huge wide doors, very wide cabin.
Okay.
So for an airplane, it's really pretty comfortable.
We've known each other for what, about 15, 16 years?
That sounds right.
Yeah, when I first moved here to Greenbrier County, I went ahead and was introduced to Kyle because he lived next to my mother-in-law, and she told me that you were in aviation. Of course, I got my pilot license in 1990 when I was in Ohio University. So we've flown a few times, but not too many times.
Yeah.
So, but today our mission, we have a mission here, and can I ask you to hold this camera for it? I'm going to stand in front of your plane here.
All right.
And what I wanted to go ahead and do is just let you guys and my audience know is that I've got a foreign exchange student staying at our house. Her name's Christina. And then yesterday we got a care package from her parents from the Czech Republic, and they sent me this t-shirt.
Oh, nice.
So I've been told that I have to wear it when I go flying. So I want to thank Mom and Dad and Christina in the Czech Republic for sending that to me. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're going to go ahead and jump in a plane, do some flying.
Nice and green.
So Kyle, how many hours you pushing these days?
Average about 100 hours per year.
That's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's a rough gig, but somebody's got to do it.
And I know you're IFR rated, so what you been doing with that? What do you have to stay current with that?
Well, legally you need to do so many approaches per year, either actual or under the hood, as we like to say, or with a visually impairment device.
Okay.
And a safety pilot on board to make sure you don't run into somebody or something. And yeah, so you have to do some holds and some approaches within a given period of time.
I understand that flying in clouds can be pretty disorienting.
Absolutely.
And
yeah,
I guess autopilot is a good tool to have.
Yes, I would not attempt to fly a single cross country, like say an hour or 2 or 3 hour flight. To fly hands only without an autopilot really ramps up your workload considerably.
Right.
And you put yourself in clouds double that. You know, it really takes away a tremendous amount of workload where you can focus on other things. Because flying an airplane, as you know, a real key is staying ahead of the airplane. If you're not ahead of it, you're behind, and you get into trouble pretty quickly. And it's even more important in instrument flying. to be ahead of the plane. And so with an autopilot, it just takes that workload off and allows you to stay ahead of the plane much easier than hand flying. Obviously, you have to be able to do both. You have to be able to hand fly it and really know your equipment very well to be proficient and to be safe with it.
So when you run into an issue, you're not even thinking it, you're just doing it right from
Muscle
automatic.
memory. Yeah, absolutely.
So where are we at right now?
Yeah, so we're looking at Snowshoe. We are right over top of Marlinton. If you want to point your camera this way, I'll tilt the plane and get a nice shot of beautiful
Marlinton.
downtown Marlinton.
That's where they have the Roadkill Festival.
Yes.
Got to get some good roadkill. Oh, so yummy. And I guess this is the Greenbrier River below us.
It is. All its green glory.
Great river.
It is pretty today.
Had a lot of fun times on that. And our altitude is just over 7 grand.
Yes, we're 7,200 feet above sea level.
Okay.
And we'll go up to 7,500, which should put us high enough above the slopes and military aircraft that like to skim the mountaintop here.
Yeah, they do like doing that.
But we'll keep a visual eye. So in the background, we're listening to Washington Center on our second radio.
All right.
I like to do that as a safety.
Now, Kyle, when I first started flying, we didn't have iPads. We had a sheet of paper. So is that now legal to have maps on
It is. Yeah,
devices?
Yeah, you really can. And obviously, anything electronic can go south. One issue with iPads in aircraft is they will overheat and shut down.
Right.
And so I have the exact same thing on my phone as a backup. I even carry an old paper
Is that required
map.
still?
It's not required, but I carry one just as a third backup.
Okay.
You look over to about 2 o'clock, you can see Green Bank.
The radio telescope.
Yes.
Yeah, that will be, as a crow flies from Snowshoe, just a few miles, right?
Pretty close, yes.
Now, I know that Snowshoe, which is just in our front of our nose, is just the bottom of a MOA,
Yes.
which stands for Military Operating Area, everybody.
Yeah.
And of course, Green Bank is within that MOA. So a lot of jet fighters and military aircraft
Medevac 120 Northern Charlie.
will come up here and do low-level flying, even dog fighting. So as we approach Snowshoe, we're ever vigilant. We're flying VFR, visual flight
That's
rules.
affirmative for 0 November Charlie.
We don't want to go ahead and go head-to-head with no F-18 Hornet, do we, today?
We don't. And so the iPad allows us to cheat. You can see the military operating route in the magenta. And so our airplane is here in the blue.
Right.
And as you can see, we're coming up on the southwest corner of that military airspace. And we are allowed to fly into it. I would not fly into it without talking to air traffic control.
Right.
And asking them, is that section hot or cold? And if it's hot, then obviously they're doing operations in there. But legally, you actually don't have to do that. But I would think it'd be a smart thing to
Good pilot.
Sure.
Good pilot will stay informed and let people know what he's doing as well. You know, it's an interesting perspective. I've seen plenty of times at Snowshoe, and it looks like there's a valley here on the right, and just like a raise of mountains, and then off to the left, another valley. That's really pretty.
It is.
And it's amazing over West Virginia how many trees we have still. It's wonderful.
Yes.
I bet flying up here during the fall foliage is just incredible.
It can be. And last year was pretty good. Wasn't the best I've ever seen it, but probably the best in I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years, I guess. So Jackie and I did a trip up here and enjoyed some of that foliage. Yeah, it was really pretty.
Now Jackie's your wife, right?
Yes, my wife, Jackie.
And I'm sure she's doing wonderful.
Doing great.
I'd imagine, like, if you could get a broken layer of clouds and just kind of like fly just above it.
Yeah, it really is pretty.
Yeah.
When you're flying above a cloud level, it's neat.
And you get the perspective of your speed too, because you can see the tops moving right up underneath you.
Right.
So I'm going to share with our audience today, over here to the right, that is actually Snowshoe Mountain. And there is Cup Run of the slope with the actual snow on it. But that's a great view of Cup Run. I do see a few people skiing down it. It's Saturday, so we got the weekend crowd. There's quite a few cars up there in the parking lot. And this is the road that you would drive up. There's actually two ways to come up this. One on the, I guess the east side, one on the west side. This is the west side entrance. There is Silver Creek, and I do see a bunch of tubers going down there. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording for just a moment so I can get, well, we can do a couple 360s, okay.
Yeah,
I'll keep the camera on here for now. Beautiful view up here. Kyle, have you ever thought about doing skydiving?
I did for many years. Wanted to do that. And I don't know. About 5-6 years ago, I thought, you know, if the opportunity came, I would probably still do it. But if I don't, I'm good with it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's removed off my bucket list.
I have a kind of point to it. Green Bank is right over there. That's a radio telescope. Kyle was sharing with me that the Mars rover sometimes is, well, they communicate with it out of Green Bank, so that's kind of neat. That's Green Bank, West Virginia. Wild and wonderful. Again, we're getting another view of the top of the mountain here at Snowshoe. And, of course, during the COVID, on the weekends, they only let so many people ski, and it's very hard to get a lift ticket on the weekend.
Of course, we're very close to Cass, and you know, there's some interesting stories and history of
Silver
using
Creek.
that.
And it's probably after 1 o'clock, so I say the ladies, no, they can still be on there. Thing that you're doing for me today, getting me up in the air. I don't want to go ahead and take you away from anything that you have to do at the house.
Yeah, I've got some chores that are calling my name, you know, they're reeling me back in.
Yeah, well, okay, Lewisburg Airport is right there, and we're currently at 4,700 feet. What's the runway elevation? 2,000?
2,300.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said we got traffic, right?
We do.
Where's it at?
All right, so here you can see him. He's 2,000 feet higher than we are. The plus 20 means he's 2,000 feet higher than we are.
Okay.
Zoom in a little bit, and now you can get a better feel. So he's about 8 miles. That inner ring is 6 mile distance from where we are, and the outer ring 12 miles. So he's about 7 or 8 miles.
Not a factor.
No.
that was fun. Right now we're back on the ground here at Lewisburg, and I'm just gonna go over just a little bit of the cockpit here. Got your airspeed indicator, your artificial horizon, vertical speed indicator, your altimeter, your RPMs, manifold pressure, compass, a couple other goodies. But no, it was a great flight. I'm certain you guys, and I hope you will, have enjoyed it. Come out here and just take a look at the plane. Nice aircraft. Very, very smooth flight today. And got ourselves a regional jet coming in, probably from Chicago. Beehive of aviation activity going on today. So I think I'll go ahead and wrap up this video right now. Of course, I want to absolutely thank Kyle for taking me up today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, you know, if you want to follow me, hit the like button, add a comment or two if you like. Let me know what you're interested in seeing. If it's something that I'll get into, I'll definitely take the time to maybe do one. In the meantime, everybody take care and have a great day. God bless. Bye.